He's closing with exuberance and joy and a resolve to make this country great again. She's closing with, he's a fascist. I mean, a year or two ago, I could not have ever predicted this would have fallen apart like it has for the Democrat nominee for president. My goodness, Joe Biden would have been better off. They'd have been safer. I think they still would have lost, but they would have been better with Joe Biden at this point. She's a disaster. I mean, I can play a little clip that I could play all day long to tell you everything you need to know about last night's CNN town hall.
Some voters, though, might ask, you've been in the White House for 4 years. You were vice president, not the president. But why wasn't any of that done for the last 4 years?
Well, there was a lot that was done, but there's more to do, Anderson. And I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done.
That was not edited in any way, shape, or form. That's her. That's who she is. That's who she is. She is a catastrophe. And I don't mean to, it makes me nervous to say it because there's no way this country is going to make her commander-in-chief. It's impossible. I get that you hate Trump if you do, but you can't replace him with this. Here she was last night on the border wall. I mean, Anderson Cooper doing his job, asking a legitimate question. Hey, you used to call the border wall stupid when Trump built it. Now you want to build it. What gives?
You're doing this compromise bill. It does call for $650 million that was earmarked under Trump to actually still go to build the wall.
I am not afraid of good ideas where they occur.
So you don't think it's stupid anymore?
I think what he did and how he did it did not make much sense because he actually didn't do much of anything. I just talked about that wall, right? We just talked about it. He didn't actually do much of anything.
But you do want to build some wall.
I want to strengthen our border.
She can't even answer that. And of course, she's got the talking points drummed into her head. I was a prosecutor. I was a prosecutor and I was raised in a middle-class family, she's got nothing else. Check this one out.
Regarding the rapid increase in the migrant population, how will you ensure that every immigrant is integrated into American society safely? What benefits and subsidies will you provide them with? And how long will these benefits and subsidies last for an individual? Most importantly, will the American citizens' taxes pay for these benefits and subsidies? And if so, how much money will be allocated?
Well, thank you, Jackson. Let's start with this. America's immigration system is broken, and it needs to be fixed. And it's been broken for a long time. And part of what we need to do is always prioritize what we need to do to strengthen our border. I will tell you I'm the only person in this race among the two choices that voters have. I've personally prosecuted transnational criminal organizations in the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. I have spent a significant part of my career making sure that our border is secure and that we do not allow criminals in and we don't allow that kind of trafficking to happen and come into our country.
I'm literally almost feeling sorry for her. New Wall Street Journal poll came out earlier today. Kamala is down by 3 points in the popular vote. Then some woman came up with, he grabbed me 32 years ago. That unraveled in less than an hour and is already being universally mocked and ridiculed. And then last night's CNN town hall. My word, it was awful. It was horrific. Let me give you a little example, a little taste of how she bombed. Look, this is why they've tried to keep her in the basement. This is why they just want to keep her in front of a teleprompter. When she's not reading a script off a teleprompter, she breaks apart completely at the seams. Listen to the pretty simple question. Ever learned from any mistakes? What about any mistakes you've ever learned from? Asking Anderson Cooper, handing her a softball, a layup. Just be a little humble. Can you do that, please?
Is there something you can point to in your life, political life or in your life in the last 4 years, that you think is a mistake that you have learned from?
I mean, I've made many mistakes, and they range from If you've ever parented a child, you know you make lots of mistakes too. In my role as vice president, I mean, I've probably worked very hard at making sure that I am well versed on issues, and I think that is very important. It's a mistake not to be well versed on an issue and feel compelled to answer a question.
I could watch that all day long. You know what I could watch? I can watch Anderson Cooper cocking his head, looking at her like, you are the biggest idiot I've ever interviewed on a stage in my life. I mean, he's got a look on his face. He can't believe it. I mean, he's not laughing with her at all. He's looking at her like, can you give me a straight answer? David Urban took to CNN afterwards and said, look, we could put this on a loop.
Republicans would take another hour of Kamala Harris. We'd just press play, let her keep going. We'd pay for another hour to let her keep not answering the questions. I think Anderson's asking her, well, why haven't you done it? You've been there for 4 years. Why haven't you done any of this? And the word salad answer she gave to that was just mind-boggling. I mean, it's blown up the internet, her answer to that question. I think the things that are troubling for people were her responses to, Van said about what you're going to do to reduce costs when they asked her at the beginning. We're hurting economically. She said, I'm going to prosecute corporations, right? That's not going to lower costs. Oh. How are you going to make things better for me? I'm going to prosecute people. Trump bad is not a message that's going to get her elected.
He refers to the clip that broke the internet last night. Speaking of breaking the internet, wait till you see when Trump sits down with Joe Rogan tomorrow. Oh, my gosh. Guy's the most popular podcaster on the planet. And that's going to be one heck of a conversation. Sunday, the big event in Madison Square Garden. But don't worry, Kamala's got a trick up her sleeve. She's not done yet. Wait till you hear the speech she's going to give next week and where she's going to give it. But more on what David Urban said about the clip that blew up the internet. Kind of a simple question. All the things you say you're going to do if you're elected president, why didn't you do any of it when you were vice president?
Some voters, though, might ask, you've been in the White House for 4 years, you were vice president, not the president, but why wasn't any of that done for the last 4 years?
Well, there was a lot that was done, but there's more to do, Anderson. And I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done.
No! Oh, my gosh. That's better than being unburdened by what has been. That's better than I was raised in a middle-class family. Christian, can you we play it one more time? No, let's play the short version. I could hear this all day long. I could play this over and over and over again.
Some voters, though, might ask, you've been in the White House for 4 years, you were vice president, not the president, but why wasn't any of that done for the last 4 years?
Well, there was a lot that was done, but there's more to do, Anderson. And I'm pointing out things that need to be done, that haven't been done, but need to be done.
I really, if she was running for the city manager of Piqua, Ohio, I'd say, hey, call it off. You can't handle it. You can't handle this. You're such an imbecile. You don't even talk like a human would talk. And again, Anderson Cooper just sitting there cocking his head. I mean, this is so bad for them. And when I see the great Scott Jennings on CNN or David Urban or any of the conservatives they have, and you see the Van Jones and the David Axelrods, you know they're all on that set silently agreeing with the Republican critics. They're not dummies. They know how bad she is. And the best shot they got is, well, he ain't Trump. I mean, she ain't Trump. She ain't a fascist. She's not Hitler. She's not Mussolini. My gosh. Welcome in. All I can do is sit back and take your calls. My buddy Seb Gorka chided me a little bit. He urged me to stay positive because I was disgusted yesterday. I got almost physically sick when I saw her hold her emergency press conference outside the vice president's residence with the vice presidential seal. The emergency press conference basically reading from the National Enquirer. She's repeating John Kelly's scurrilous lie that Trump praised Hitler and Hitler's generals. These are desperate tactics from a desperate campaign that is flailing and failing. Trump's going to win. He's going to win by a wider margin than anticipated.